Hello, my basset hound friends and my sex and pie cuties. Mark the Punk Gamer, a.k.a. Markapunk here, with a brand new first time Sui album ranking, another one. Since my Goat Moon ranking was actually got more views than I thought, and I'm actually close to 900 subscribers soon. But thank you to you guys. I hope I get close to 1,000 soon. Oh, that's gonna be my goal. So thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. I make great content and stuff like that. And alright, I'm here with a brand new first time ranking once again. I'm ranking the Grave albums. All 11 of them, of their main ones. And this is going to be an interesting ranking, first time ranking. Yeah, Grave's a death metal band. And I'm looking forward to ranking this one. This is going to be interesting. And there's 11 of them in total. It's a lot. And entertaining for you guys. And which ones I land on. My least favorite to my most favorite. And Grave's an awesome band overall. So let's get this shit started right now. 11 through 1, worst to best. Here we go. What am I going to put as my number 11th, I think, Grave's worst offering as their main ones? Straight off the bat for me is Hating Life. What the hell is this? Seriously? Oh, what the fuck is this one? This is probably Grave's worst one out of all of them. And oh god, I see why. And this one's laughable, to be honest. This is don't give a fuck quality with this one as well. And holy shit, they really bit them in the ass for this one. There's not a single track I do like from this one at all. He was going for like the punk death metal vocals type album. And it does not sell well for me. It really doesn't. And oh my god. Shitty production for this one as well. Overall. Yeah, this is definitely my bottom out of all Grave albums. It's definitely Hating Life, and I'm hated to actually listen to this one. No pun intended. That's gonna be my number 11. Deal with it. Coming in at my number 10 this time, my second least favorite, is actually Burial Ground album. Yeah, this one. This turned out to be my second least favorite. Yeah, from Grave. But I want it to be better. The only couple of songs I think it's memorable from this is Dismembered Mind and Lastly Outcast. Those are the only two songs that are actually memorable from this. And it leads up to my second least favorite. Sorry guys. And I want this to be a little bit better than the last one. But overall this was my second least favorite. And that's that. My number 10 is going to be Burial Ground. Number 9 is Fiendish Regression album. This one I can have a okay, decent enough time with this one. There's 5 songs that are memorable to me from this album is Reborn, Awakening, Breeder's a good one, Trail by Fire, and lastly Blood Feast. Those are the only 5 memorable songs from Fiendish Regression. And, oh boy. Yeah, this is a decent, okay album from Grave. Overall, in my opinion. Again, it could have been a little bit better. But my number 9 is going to be Fiendish Regression. Number 8, I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this one, for putting this at this spot, is going to be You'll Never See album. Yeah, their second full-length album. Oh my god, I don't think it's better than their first one, and overall, this one I can have a somewhat good time with it. I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for putting this at number 8. It's still early 90s death metal goodness, it still is, and from Grave. I can have a decent enough time, okay enjoyment out of this one. 5 songs that I like is You'll Never See, Never and Forever, Obsessed, Grief, lastly Severing Flesh. The 5 songs I can think I remember liking from this album. It's another decent, okay album. Their second full-length album. Yeah, that's all I have to say about this one. My number 8 is going to be You'll Never See. Probably if I re-rank it in the future, maybe you'll see this again. Who knows? Number 7 is Back from the Grave album. We're getting into the below average ones I think are pretty good in this middle ranking. Yeah, below average Grave album in my opinion. Okay at best, in my opinion, for this one. Could have been better. Same thing. I like the opening intro to this album, it's pretty good. Rise is a good song. Dead is Better is pretty good. Receiver's awesome. Resurrection's pretty cool. And lastly, Below is pretty cool. Yeah, 6 songs I like from Back from the Grave. In the middle of it, it's kind of boring, to be honest. It's supposed to be awesome death metal. It turns out to be boring death metal, to be honest, from this one. Still, I can have a decent enough time below average album from Grave, in my opinion. And that's where it's going to be at my number 7, is Back from the Grave. Now, for my number 6, this is actually above average album that I'm going to put this placement on, is Soulless album. This one, yeah, above average album from Grave. Pretty decent. And a little bit enjoyably listened to, not much. And the 7 songs I like from this is Soulless, I Need You, Bullets Are Mine. Judas Instrumental is pretty good. Unknown is a good song. And Here I Die is pretty good. And lastly, Genocide. Those are the only 7 songs I can remember from Soulless. This is above average, almost good album from Grave, in my opinion, I can listen to. But it's in the middle of my ranking. It could have been better. And my number 6 is going to be Soulless. If you're soulless to even like this one, maybe. Now, my number 5 is going to be Out of Respect for the Dead album. Their 11th album for now, until Grave decides to make a new one. Who knows in the future. This is their 11th one for now. This one I think is a little bit better than Soulless, to be honest. And the intro is pretty good. Mass Grave Mass, that opens up to that song, is pretty good. Plain Pine Box is actually a damn good song. Out of Respect for the Dead is pretty good. Redeemed Through Hate is pretty good. Defied is actually pretty good. And lastly, Trail of Ungodly Trades I think is really good. But yeah, this is a good album. It's not really good in my opinion. It's still a good album I can tolerably listen to. And this is just their 11th album. And overall, I'll see what happens if they do actually make a 12th album. Who knows in the future that could top this. But overall, my number 5 is going to be Out of Respect for the Dead. Number 4 for this one, I think is pretty good, almost good, which is actually going to be Dominion 8 album. This is actually pretty good. It's not really high on my top 3. I wanted this to be almost good. Almost. Dominion 8 I think is pretty good in my opinion, from Grave. Awesome name for it, by the way. There's a few songs I do like. A World in Darkness is pretty good. Fallen Angel's Son. Deathstorm. Stained by Hate. Annihilated Gods. Sinner's Lust. And lastly, Eighth Dominion. Yeah, I want this to be good, to be honest. So, it's actually pretty good in my opinion. There's a few songs I didn't like at all from this. But it's still a good album overall from Grave. So my number 4 is going to be Dominion 8. Alright guys, my top 3 of the Grave albums. I think I like all the tracks in this one. These top 3 Grave albums are actually pretty damn good here on out. My top 3 are really damn good. So my number 3 bronze for me, for this one, is going to be As Rapture Comes. This is a damn good Grave album, to be honest. This is a damn good one. I like this one. Really good one. As Rapture Comes. Awesome one. I'm gonna name all 10 tracks. I like all of them. So, the opening intro, Day of Reckoning instrumental. There you go, opening instrumental. Burn Through Eternity, My Demon's Bread. Living the Dead Behind, Unholy Terror. Awesome. Battle of Eden. Awesome. Epic Obliteration. Them Bones, Alice in Chains cover. So there you go. That's one of the reasons I like this album. So there you go. So Grave did an actual cover for Alice in Chains song, Them Bones. So there you go. And lastly, As Rapture Comes. Yeah, I really enjoyed the hell out of this one. As Rapture Comes, I think is a damn good one from Grave. And it's at my number 3 bronze. So, there you go. This one's awesome. My number 2, Silver, is actually going to be Into the Grave. Their first ever full length from the early 90s. I actually enjoyed the hell out of this one. Their first one really kicked off their band from their very first album. Damn good one to start with from Grave. Awesome. And it's Century Media record released from the early 90s is actually pretty awesome in their history books of death metal. Awesome. And I like all 11 songs. They're actually pretty good. So Deformed in Love, For Your God, Obscure Infinity, Hating Life. Oh, I get it. The Hating Life song, and then they made the worst album, Hating Life. That's funny. Into the Grave, Extremely Rotten Flesh, Haunted. Not the band Haunted. I wish they make a new one anytime soon. I'm still gonna complain that. Day of Mourning, Inhuman, and lastly, Banished to Live. So there you go. Yeah, their early first full-length album is actually damn good. I actually enjoyed this one as well. I can definitely come back to listen to this one. Their early 90s Grave goodness from them. And it's going to be at my number 2 Silver Medal winner. So, there you go. Into the Grave. That's where it's going to be. So deal with it. But actually, my number 1 gold from all 11 of these Grave albums, this one is easily my most favorite, and I had a damn good time with this one. I know it's a controversial pick for this one. Is actually Endless Procession of Souls. Fuck yes, I love this one from Grave. This is actually the best one in my opinion from Grave. Damn good one. This one I think is a damn good production from this album overall. All 10 songs are awesome from beginning to end. So I'm going to name all 10 tracks and I'll end this video here. I think this is Grave's best one in my opinion. So here we go. Dystopia opening instrumental. Pretty cool to open this up. Among Us, Marble and the Dead. Disembodied Steps. Flesh Epstill. Passion of the Weak. Winds of Chains. Encountering the Divine. Post Perimortem. Perimortem? Yeah, Perimortem. That's how I'm pronouncing it right. I kept fucking it up. Plague of Nations. And lastly, Epos. Easily my favorite Grave album is this one. Definitely easily my favorite. I think is their best one right here. Sorry original first full length, but this one is, I think is better. Better sounding, better production. All 10 songs are awesome. Best songs in my opinion. And that's where it's going to be in my number 1 gold medal favorite. This one I think is Grave's best one. And that's all I have to say about it. So my number 1 gold medal winner is actually Endless Procession of Souls. And there you go, guys. That's my first time ranking the Grave albums worst to best. Yeah, overall, Grave's an awesome band. Awesome death metal band. I do enjoy this. And, awesome. I would come back and re-rank this in the future if they decide to make a 12th one. I'll be there for that shit. My top 3 favorites I think are pretty good overall. But goddamn, the Hating Life album is so worse. He went with the punk death vocals route. I hate that so much. That is the worst change, in my opinion. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here before I lose my mind. Subscribe to me if you haven't. Click the bell to get all of my notifications next to it after you subscribe. Also like and share the studio album ranking of Grave, worst to best. And I will see you, my best home friends, and my sex and pie cuties on my next video. See you later.